Everyone has heard of, been on, or tried a diet. The common denominator of most of these, besides of course the ones that require you to eat nothing but air for 3 days, is that you need to cut out fat from your diet. Everything from fat-free milk to fat-free chocolate, because after all, fat is what makes you fat, right? Believe it or not, fat plays a critical role in our body, besides that extra padding that we might not have necessarily asked for. But fat is an integral part of every single cell in our bodies, not only the fat cells that we're trying to shrink. Fat is also required to properly digest and absorb fat-soluble vitamins, and many foods containing these vitamins also come with the fat required to digest them. For example, the fat in egg yolks allows the body to access the vitamins A and D that it's so abundant in. Mother Nature knows what she's doing. Fats are also required for the proper use of protein, so all the egg whites in the world won't help you out if you're not eating them with the fats in the yolk to access the protein properly. Fats are a source of energy, a nice, constant, smooth burning energy that we all long for. They also slow food absorption, which helps with energy regulation as well. So if fats are so good for us, why are we inundated with so many fat-free choices? Well, probably because fat contains double the calories per gram that carbs and proteins contain. However, just because food is fat-free doesn't guarantee that it's low in calories. Rather, when manufacturers remove fat from a product, they need to replace it with something that will provide both flavor and texture. And you guessed it, it's sugar. Fat-free products in most cases end up providing more calories than the original product. And what's more, fat suppresses the hormone that makes us feel hungry, while at the same time triggers enzymes that make us feel full. So eating fat-free products now sounds a bit counterintuitive, doesn't it? Find that hard to believe? Well, listen to these statistics to illustrate my point. In the 1960s, fats and oils supplied Americans with about half of their calories. At that time, about 13% of adults were obese and under 1% had type 2 diabetes. Americans today take in less fat, only a third of their calories, yet 34% of adults are obese and 11% have diabetes. By now, you're probably wondering if you should toss out your current eating plan and go with the air diet I mentioned earlier. That would be easier to follow. If fat-free is out, what is in? Well, ironically, the same thing that has been around forever and a day, a balanced diet. Despite the introduction of various diet do's and don'ts, the core message of healthy eating hasn't changed significantly over the past few decades. The 5 golden rules of healthy, balanced diet are simply this: eat more fruit and vegetables, at least 2 servings of fruit and 5 servings of veggies every day. Manage your sizes, don't fall prey to portion distortion. Eat less processed food. That includes excess sugar, salt, refined carbohydrates, and processed meats. Eat regular meals, don't skip meals, and always eat breakfast, preferably protein. And then finally, beware of the empty calorie, most often found in sodas and fruit juices. It might come as good news to some to hear that excluding all fat from your diet won't result in weight loss any faster than eating a balanced diet will. This is one of those stubborn myths that really refuses to die. But before you dig into your greasiest dinner in years, there is a bit more to the story. Not all fats are created equal. There are definitely good and bad versions of it. Trans fats are the worst of the lot and should be avoided at all costs, while saturated fat in the form of animal products should be limited. Polyunsaturated fats found in nuts and seeds and olives and avos are high quality fats and should take a front seat as part of your healthy diet. The bottom line again, and no pun intended in case you missed it, eating fat doesn't make you fat. Eating too much of anything will.